Hello, this is Horror Studio One, and this is my unedited podcast. Hello, this is Horror Studio One coming to you once again with the podcast. So today we're going to talk about a subject that I've wanted to talk about for quite a while now. And I guess one of the reasons I stopped doing all these unedited podcasts was mostly because I didn't have a lot to talk about. But there's one thing that's come up recently, and everybody's been doing videos about them. And I did a recent video about this subject as well, but I wanted to talk about it more in depth in my own opinion kind of thing. So, clowns. According to the Wikipedia definition, clowns are comic performers who employ slapstick or similar types of physical comedy, often in a mime style. Now, see, it says physical comedy, not physical horror. And the reason I say that is because unless you've been living under a freaking rock this past couple months, you guys will know that there has been a lot of clown sightings all over general North America, mostly in the USA, but also in Canada, where I live, actually. I heard it started first in Quebec, which is the French-speaking part of Canada, where these clowns have been appearing out of nowhere, scaring the shit out of people in the middle of the night kind of thing. And it's actually moved to an area in which I live, and it's really funny. Basically, I was out with my friend, and we went over to my friend's, basically their family store or whatnot. So they had like a bakery open. Okay, my friend's family, they own like a bakery. And then we're there, and basically they were telling me that they actually had a sighting like on the street that their business is on. And this is insane because we've all been reading about these clown sightings mostly in the USA, living in Canada. You don't expect anything of that sort to happen. But now it's friggin' happening. And mostly I'm thinking of just idiots trying to copy the trend or the fad that's going on right now with clowns appearing everywhere. And, Halloween's coming up as well. So, obviously that shit's going to even get more crazy. I have some opinions on the matter, and I really want to share that with you guys. I feel like, okay, I'll just be harsh with this. This is fucking bullshit, okay? This is straight up, in my humble opinion, as a horror narrator, I love horror stuff, I love scary stuff, I love ghost stories, but I think this is bullshit, man. This is like one of the worst thing that's come out right now, and I feel that, and I can say this, every one of these clowns, unless you're an actual clown that's employable and you go to kids' birthday parties, if you're one of these clowns that walk on the street with like a friggin' axe and scare people and chase people and harass people and kidnap little girls and, stab kids, you're a fucking asshole, okay? And I hope the worst things come to you. I'm not even kidding. There's videos online where people go around hunting for clowns, and, a car full of guys see a clown, they beat the shit out of the clown, and then people are like, oh, yo, that's too harsh. It was a prank, bro, whatever. But I feel like, no, that is absolutely how you should be dealing with this. And I am very frustrated. I'll tell you guys why later on in this video, because I heard of one case, and it just really boils my blood how this is happening. These guys use this clown makeup to hide behind a mask. They're criminals and assholes and not vigilantes, like fucking just these freaking assholes hiding behind a mask to scare people. Dude, if you're actually such a badass, take off the fucking makeup and go and do this shit. I mean, if some guy just walks up to you with an axe, you're not going to be scared of him, but he has to put on the makeup to do that kind of stuff, to hide his insecurity, to do this kind of bullshit, like scaring people, harassing people for no reason at all. I'm sorry I'm so worked up over this, but I feel like these clowns need to get their ass kicked. There was one, I think, in Russia or something, where this guy shot a clown, and then people are like, oh, he like murdered him. But yo, think about the intent of that. The intent, I mean, there's always the intent of the crime and the crime happening, right? Like if you kill somebody and you didn't mean to, that's okay. It's not okay, but I mean, like, it's people can forgive you. You still have to go to jail, but it's not as bad. But these guys are like, they had the intent, whether it was the intent of wearing a clown mask and going on the street with a friggin' weapon in the middle of the night in the forest. Like, the intent is there. It's to harass people. It's to commit crime. It's to like rape little girls and shit, okay? And there was one I heard from a while back. I think this was before the clown craze, and it's one of the reasons why I feel so worked up over this. Because there was this story about, it was really creepy. It was this dude, and he had some sort of deformity or disease. Basically, he was one of those guys that like he wouldn't grow up physically. So he would always kind of be a certain height and he would look a certain way, but he was like a full-grown man. I think he was either in his 30s or 40s or something like that. And he had a lot of mental issues as well. And what he did was that he dressed up as a clown, and he somehow got into this family's house. And because he has a bit of like mental disorders as well, he sits in the little kid's room of this family and pretends to be a toy clown. But he was like actually living there he's actually a living person dressed up as a clown, and nobody noticed. The family, the mom and dad didn't know. The kid would wake up in the night, and then this friggin', this actual human being, this man, full-grown man, would go and like rape this kid and sexually harass this kid. And when this kid would tell their parents and be like, this is happening to me by this clown, their parents didn't believe him, because I forget if it was a guy or girl, but they didn't believe the kid because they thought it was just like a toy, that was sitting, because the dude was basically sitting on one of the chairs and he wouldn't move. Unless the other people weren't around, and then I guess he would go grab food or some shit. I'm not even sure. But the parents didn't believe him, and every night this kid would be getting raped by this fucking guy in a clown mask, until they finally found out. I think the mom found it or something. He saw the thing move, and then called the cops, obviously. But that kid's life is like ruined. He was getting raped by a fucking clown every night, and he tried to tell his parents, and nobody believed him. That's what I think of when I see these goddamn clowns on the street. What I honestly think they are is, I don't know, maybe some cult. It could be some cult in the States. They probably had some decision to come out, and terrorize the world. I'm not even sure. Illuminati, I don't even know. But a lot of the people I think here in Canada, where I live, I think they're mostly just copycats. Probably not even part of that association, I guess, in the States, which is something that I believe. I have no evidence, but it feels like there is like a group of people that is there is a certain central group, I feel, and then there's a lot of people just doing it because of the fad and the craze and the ability to dress as a clown and get away with shit like raping kids and kidnapping young girls and that kind of bullshit. So, yeah, that was one of the scariest stories I've ever heard, and the fact that it's coming closer and closer to where I live just pisses me off. I don't feel that, since Halloween is coming up, I don't feel like people aren't allowed to dress up as clowns for Halloween. If you really want to dress up as a clown for Halloween, and there's that there's that character from from what's that movie called again? Wait a minute. Harley Quinn. Yeah, if girls want to dress up as Harley Quinn, I mean, I guess, she is kind of the clown as well. So I feel like a lot of people will be dressing up as that. I don't condemn that, but just be careful if somebody sees you dressed up as that and decides to, kick your ass, because, the clowns right now have a pretty bad names for themselves, to be honest. Yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to get off my chest, guys. I'm so sorry. I've been holding this in for a long time with this whole craze. That's why I really haven't been making a lot of videos on this subject, because I feel it's completely fucking ridiculous, man. Like, why even have this? And I hope it dies out soon. And the story about the clown raping the kid, I don't even know what the name of that is. I actually saw it in a news article, though. So it is on the news, I guess. Just try to Google that and try to find out what it is. Again, I'm not a source of information at all. I'm just some dude on the internet with a YouTube channel who likes horror, talking about his own personal opinions as a way to entertain people across the internet. So I am not a form of information, a source of information. But this is really just how I feel about this stupid bullshit. And so for those who support the clown craze, it's just freaking crazy, man. Anyways, guys, I guess I'll be out, and it was fun doing this again, guys. Seriously, unedited podcasts are a lot of fun. Just talking into the microphone with no worries. Anyways, tonight is the live stream, so go check it out, guys.